If you're interested in the gold market and really understanding how this market works, in this video, I'm going to go over my entries, exit, and potential profit targets for the market for this upcoming week, especially because this past week has made some really interesting moves. You can see that price moved almost 1,000 points, well, really almost 1,000 pips since we're on the gold market, and the week before, it was just insane. This past week, just for my own trading, I was able to take 3 trades, 2 buys, 1 sell, and the sell was a counter trend trade, and it was actually really tough. Even the buys were really tough, but they were all gainers, increasing a small account by about 235%, which is amazing. So let's see what the market could potentially do for this upcoming week. So as you can see, we're here on the weekly time frame, and price is still pushing bullish. And let's see what price could potentially do for the upcoming week. So first off, let's go ahead and mark off the very top of this market. Actually, let me change my template. I like the yellow rectangles. Okay, perfect. So I want to mark off the very height of this market. And if you just go to your chart, you'll see that the high is at 33.57. So now I'm going to find a level of support. And I see a really nice level of support actually at level 3,000, roughly 19. So we're gonna go on lower time frames to see. If you are tired of missing out on gold, in this blueprint, you're going to get an easy to follow profitable gold trading table, as well as profitable entry levels and strategies. If you've tried to decode things like FOMC, geopolitical events, you may have tried without much success. And in this blueprint, you're also going to master simple strategies that the big players like banks and institutions follow, and then also be able to spot profitable opportunities so that way you could avoid some of the common traps that other traders fall into. And then of course, you're going to save hours of research with a clear and actionable plan inside of the gold market. Just take a look at what some people are saying about this. So go ahead and grab your copy of the Profitable Gold Market Blueprint today. If there are better opportunities for this particular market, but right now we just want to mark off some levels, and then I'm only going to mark off one more level here on the weekly time frame, and that's going to be at around 28.50. So let's go ahead and go down to the daily time frame. Now we have a lot more data inside of this market, and we can see very clearly that there's a nice level of support here. We also have a little level of support here. So let's go ahead and mark these levels off. So first, we're gonna mark this level of support off, and this is at 32.07. And then here it's a little bit tricky because we do have a support here and one here. So I'm just gonna clone this and actually mark this off right about here. And then this level is at 29.77 and everything else looks good. Let's go down to the H4 time frame. All right. So now that we have a lot more data inside of this market, I just want to make sure that my levels make sense. So the top obviously is the top. And then here, I just want to move this level just a little bit. And this is going to be sitting at 32.02. So really close to 3,200 flat, which is where we might end up once all of this is said and done. And then right here, I actually want to move this level to 3,003. And it's really close to 3,000. So you can probably just put it there and be fine. And then this other level, I do want to move this down. This is going to be at 29.66. So far it's looking good here on the H4. Let's go to the H2. And yeah, everything is looking good. Just want to move this down even further. And now we're at 31.94 here. This looks good. This looks good. And then I think I did have, one more level. Let's go ahead and look at that. We missed it on the last time frame, but no worries, because now we see that we can move this level down to 28.39 or 28.40. That's going to be a nice round number. Let's go ahead and go to H1 where we could mark off some additional levels. Okay, so this is where price is really interesting. So here on the H1 time frame, we can see that this zone to this zone is over 1,000 points. It's a ridiculous size zone. So what I want to do is actually break this up. So one of the things that I'm going to do is use the horizontal ray tool, and I got this from here, and we're just going to mark off this level at 32.91, and then let's see where I want to mark off another level right here at 32.41. So now this breaks this zone up a little bit more. Let me just do a quick measurement. Okay, 470, that's a big range, which is actually nice because typically I like to target at least 100 pips inside of this market. Most times I'm really going for like 200 or 300. I'm still trying to hit that 400 mark. So these zones are actually really good for me. If you wanted to mark off smaller ones, then you could go ahead and do that if you so choose to do on your charts. So same thing with this right here. This is a really big zone. So let's go ahead and measure. Wow, that's a lot of points. Did I measure that correctly? Let me just, okay, yeah, that's a lot of points. So let's just go ahead and break this up. So the first level that I'm seeing is actually down here, and this is at 30.40. It was a level that we called off earlier, but we refined, so now we're back. And another level that I see, are gonna mark this off at 31.04, really close to 3100. And the next level that I may want to mark off is right here at 31.68. So I really like these levels. And then once again, let me just do a quick measurement just to make sure that these zones make sense for my trading plan, and you could keep these levels or refine them. Now this level is actually really interesting. There's a lot of choppiness, so I think I just want to keep that the way it is. And let me move this up just to see. Okay, yeah, so that's about the same, and then this is obviously going to be much shorter. Okay, great. And then I wanted to remeasure this really quick. Okay, yeah, 498. Okay, yeah, that's perfect actually. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm really liking these zones here on the H1 time frame. So now that we got these zones, let's go ahead and come up with a game plan for this upcoming week. So the first thing that I see, and I am going to switch to the boxes, back to the boxes. First thing I see is this really interesting resistance level right here. So this is going to be at 33.29. So I see this level, and for me, I'm obviously still bullish, even though we've made all-time highs inside of the market. What if you can trade gold or any market in just 1 hour per day, even if you have a full-time job, and still grow the account? Most traders think that they have to sit in front of charts all day, and maybe if they step away, they may either miss a setup or they may come back to a losing trade. Well, in this free masterclass, I'm going to show you a calm and repeatable way for you to enter trades with confidence, and you can lose all the anxiety when you step away from your charts. Go ahead and check out the free masterclass. It's totally free. And if you remember from last week, I talked about price potentially going up further just based on everything that is happening inside of the world. And as you can see, it did. So we have to keep that in mind. We can't just think, oh, it's at a high level, it's going to reverse, because that's not always the truth. So this is a level that I would be looking for buys above, continued buys. And then this whole range is almost 300 pips, which is perfect in my trading plan. And then if someone was interested in sells, I would be interested in a short-term sell, but a very risky sell at this point at 33.15, and basically just targeting this previous key level or interesting level of support right here. So this is 234 points or pips because we're on gold at this point. So that would be an idea, but generally I'm just looking for all buys. I'm not really looking for sells at all. So let's just say hypothetically, if price was to continue to push up, then in order to find levels, I would use my Fibonacci retracement tool, starting from the bottom and then going to the top and then marking off these levels up here. So let me get my horizontal ray tool And you can see right here at 3403, really close to 3400 flat, which is a nice round number. And then the other level that I would target would be right here at 3462. So for the continuation for the buys, we have no idea what price can do inside of this market, but we just have to be prepared. So if you found this helpful for the upcoming week, then go ahead and give this video a like, and then also subscribe to this channel if you're not already, so that way you don't miss any market updates. I'll see you next time.